Alright, well, I started making a video for you yesterday, Wes, but my camera messed up and so I wasn't able to get it. So anyway, here's what I got going on. That's just the shed out back there. So take a look inside of it here. So when you walk in the door here, I know this light's kind of bad, and see over here, I got my electric smelter, area for doing that at. That there's a hot plate and stir with a little magnet in there, and then it stirs around, and sometimes need that. There's the fume hood. That's what we actually do all the reactions inside of. That way it suck all them fumes and crap out, otherwise you'd be in here gagging. This here's a little experiment I had started yesterday. These are the gold fingers off of computer boards. Working on trying to get those to separate. See if I can stir this around here a little bit. See all those gold foils? So that's what I'm trying to do there. Just let this sit in that acid. And then that will, a little bit at a time, start getting all that gold, all those little fingers off. So this takes, just got to sit for about 2 days. About 2 days they should be all loose, and we'll filter that out. See how much gold I get out of that. Over here, got the vacuum pump set up. We use that with beakers sometimes to do the filtering, scales, vacuum pump, torches, blah blah blah. And we've got all the chemicals in here. All the glassware and beakers and funnels and all that crap used for doing this. I really need to get some more light in here, I know. Got a bunch of storage up top there, just empty boxes and crap. Here's the big furnace for doing like silver refining. You wouldn't use that for gold. You have to have a lot of gold to use that. But I haven't even used this yet. You gotta take this paintbrush and this stuff here and mix it up, and you gotta paint the inside of all that and then let it sit for 24 hours before you use it. So you can't just use it the way it is. But I haven't used it yet, so. Then over here's my little workbench. Do all my stuff at. Got some gold filled stuff laid out here. I'm going to take a look at that and see what we can get out of this. So this is 3 different lots of gold filled scrap that I bought off of eBay. I wrote down how much it weighs in grams there. Some of it had a few little stones and stuff in it, not too bad. You got to take those out. Those are garbage. They're dead weight. So this one here was 94.8 grams. I paid $99. This one here was 56.9 grams. I paid 54. A little less than $1 a gram. This one here is 97.5. Paid only 57 for that. This one here has some issues to it. It had this watch band, and true, these watch bands have gold filled tops to them. The problem is you got to pull each and every one of them stupid little things apart, and I did it with a couple of them here, and it's just a huge royal fucking pain in the ass. So I'm not even gonna fuck with that. You don't want to just put that crap metal in with your good batch. Kind of got the same thing going on here. This doodad here, that's just junk. The the clasp, the pin, you know, up here, then I'll go ahead and cut that off. That's gold filled. Same thing with I'll get this piece of junk out of here, that piece of junk. So I'll pull the clasp and everything off of that. Everything else here I checked out, it's all gold filled. So that's pretty decent. This one here is gold filled, but a lot of these are like these medallions, company medals that were for some kind of awards and crap like that. And there's that one. Got that. And so they got a little bit of paint and stuff in there. Hopefully that's not going to be too much of a problem. But for the most part, that's really pretty clean. So we're going to do all those. And this here little thing that I got that with some other purchase that I made. It's 0.3 grams. It's supposed to be solid gold foil, but I did an acid test on the acid. Ate it up immediately. So I'm kind of having my doubts if that's even actually real gold. But we'll find out. We'll just put it in the batch anyway and find out. So let's see, we got 94.8, 56.9, and 97.5. That's roughly like 260 grams, I believe. So I'll add it up here in a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that and get that going, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I decided what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get an exact starting weight on this. So what I'm gonna do is turn the scale on here. Okay, I'm gonna put my beaker on. Okay, I'm gonna tear it to 0. I got everything into this melt plate here because here in a few minutes what I'm going to do, I'm not going to melt it, I'm just going to heat it and burn it, clean it off. So our exact starting weight, 242.39. So like I said, what I'm going to do now is just going to pour it all back into there, and I'm going to take a torch to this. I'm just going to get it really, really good and hot, and just burn all the oils and crap and all the other shit, try and burn that paint and stuff like that out of there. And I'll have to set this down and I'll come back to the video in a minute. Okay, I got everything heated and burned off, and all the oils and grease and crap burned off of it now. I decided what I was going to do is pour it out of here on this and let it cool for a second. Then we want to weigh it one more time before we put it in the beakers. Let me set this down for a minute. Okay, so after burning it, we got 241.84. So that's what's going to start off with, and let's see what happens. Okay, so I've got everything into a little bit bigger beaker now, so that got a little bit more room to work with the solution. So we got all in there. So we're going to start off with, we're just going to add some distilled water up to about, at the 500 milliliter mark there. We're going to start off with about an equal amount of concentrated nitric acid. This stuff is so hard to get hold of. I got to drive all the way into frickin' Chicago to get it. It's a huge royal frickin' pain. It's expensive. So we're gonna add, always start off real slow with these, especially with nitric acid, because you never know just exactly how it's going to react. So we're getting a pretty good reaction there. We're just gonna let that go for a few minutes. That was only about 100 milliliters. We'll just kind of let that do its thing there. Get a beaker cover here. Too much of a reaction. You can go ahead and add a little bit more, I just want to make sure we ain't got a runaway. It's the reason for the dish, just in case they were to boil over or go crazy, then reaction going on. I haven't got the heat turned on yet. We're just gonna work on the easy stuff first. So we're just gonna let this go for a few minutes. About 15 minutes, we'll check back on it. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes since we added the concentrated nitric acid. Everything's reacting just the way it's supposed to. It's supposed to turn blue like that. It's supposed to have those orange fumes. These are kind of still rolling along pretty good here. I haven't put any heat to it yet. Let's go ahead and check the temperature. Our handy little gun here. About 184.5 by itself without adding any heat. So we're just going to leave the heat off now and kind of let it do its thing, and we'll check back again in about another 15 minutes or so. Alright, it's been about another 15 minutes now. We've started to slow down a little bit. Still getting some good fumes, but not a lot of bubbling. Good turn the heat up a little bit. We're going to try and get it up to right around boiling, about 212. Let's see what we get here. 174. Hit it again. Yeah, about 174. 72. So yeah, we'll got the heat turned up there a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit more concentrated nitric acid. Hold on. Let me get one-handed. Now this is when we definitely want to add this very slowly. And make sure we're not going to have any kind of crazy runaway reactions. Add that up to about the 700 milliliter mark. Now it's really starting to take off pretty good. Now we're just hoping we don't get a runaway here. And heat back down. That cleaned up real good there. If you add too much, it'll just foam up and boil over, and that's why we got the containment dish there, but we really don't want that to happen anyway. So we're just going to let this go for a while again. We'll know when it's all done when we don't get any more than orange fumes, and when we add nitric, it just really doesn't do a whole lot of anything. So let's give it about another 15 minutes. Alright, well, it's been about another 15 minutes. everything's still going pretty good here. Still making a lot of fumes, a lot of activity. Got the heat turned up. I'm going to turn that off now. You see there are like some gold foils starting to kind of break loose. That's actually not really a good thing. We really want it to, what we want to have left is just the hollow, empty shell of those items we started off with. So if it was like that belt buckle or something, it should still look like that belt buckle, but without any of the base metal in there. Nothing left with the gold, or mostly nothing left with the gold. So this is still dissolving away all that base metal, copper and silver, and we'll check back on this here in a little bit. Okay, the whole reaction's been going for about 45 minutes now. It's been about 20 minutes since I had that last dose of nitric acid. I'm at the boiler right now just mostly because it's hot for the reaction. I'm not getting a whole lot of fumes anymore. Get that off. Just check our chambers right here. See what we got going on. 207. Yeah, that's good. So now what we're going to do is add some more nitric acid. Very, very slowly. Especially when this is very, very hot like this. See how that just takes off right away? What we don't want it to do is take off too much and boil over the top. Let that go for a while again. And we'll check back on it here in a little bit. Well, by the way, our other little side project is going on here. Just thought I'd show you if I can get a good angle on it. I thought I had it in the light where you'd be able to see that, maybe. See if I stir this around. See all those little gold foils? That's what we're trying to do, is get all of those little gold foils that you see floating around off of those little PC circuit board fingers there. This usually takes about 2 days, maybe a day to 2 days. We'll see how it looks tomorrow. But the good thing about this is a pretty safe reaction, as long as it's in that containment dish. Chemicals aren't too terribly bad. I can just let this run overnight the way it is without worry. This here we never walk away from. I always make sure we're on to watch this. But alright, we'll check back on this here in a little bit. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes since that last dose of nitric acid. As you can see, it's not making anywhere near as much fumes right now. I got the heat turned off. There's some bubbling going on, but let's check the temperature here out. It's either boiling. 203. So that just means mostly that this solution is becoming saturated, where it really just can't hold anymore. So I'm going to add one more dose of nitric acid now. And then turn the heat up, and once that stops reacting, I'm going to take it off and let it cool down for a couple hours and filter that off. And then probably we'll have to add some more fresh solution and continue dissolving out base metal. But let's take a look. We're going to add a little bit of concentrated nitric acid, real good and slow. Boy, we got a reaction out of that. Okay. So there's still plenty of base metal in there. It's just that the solution is becoming saturated. So it's Gotta have some fresh solution so it's got some place for all that base metal to go. But we'll let this go until that clears up a little bit. And then we'll drain that solution off and we'll let it cool off a little while first, and we'll drain it off and filter it, and then probably have to continue with a new batch of solution. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes since I added that last nitrate. We still got some good fumes. I just now turned the heat off. I'm sure that's pretty hot stuff right now. Check it and see. 95. 95. This is actually coming down. Okay. Any minute slowed down. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and add some more nitric. I'll just keep doing that. I don't think that solution's. I've actually added some distilled water anyway. That's down the inside of the beaker. And all the little pieces that. So that's helping to keep it hydrated too. So we'll go ahead and add some more concentrated nitric. Second. And the last couple of times it boiled up pretty good. Let's see what it's going to do this time. A little bit more. Not too much. There we go. Just go for a while and I'll be back. Okay, it's been about 45 minutes since that last nitric I added. I got an idea from a guy on the internet, or on YouTube. I decided to go ahead and build it. So I had the parts for it. This is how it works. I got my nitric acid in there, and I got that adjusted. Just be on a slow drip and drip down the line right into the beaker. You can see it just drips in there a little bit at a time. So that way, instead of having to keep adding nitric over and over and over again, we can just get the reaction going to the speed that we want it. We can throttle it with that. So I turn the heat back up, got it going again, start to get some fumes. If it starts to get carried away a little bit, then we'll back that off. But you can see it's just dripping now. My doohickey there. See? And he's got that sitting up there on the shelf up there. And that way it just drips down. I'm gonna actually mount that stand. That's why I'm kind of a little bit scared if it that's concentrated nitric acid in there. If that were to fall, that would suck. So yeah, I'm gonna eventually mount that if I keep doing this. But we got our reaction going again. A little bit of activity going on. Got the heat turned up on it. And rinse down these sides here real quick. I'll also add a little bit of water too to help give them base metals some place to go. Our little nitric dispensing system is just humming along. Here we have. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes. I've had our fancy little delivery system here working. The nitric system. It's just humming along just beautiful. Drops every now and then, keep things stirring and going. Get the heat off, still get some really good fumes. It's just dripping on down. just the way we want it to. So, but unfortunately, I've got to go to the store. I've got to get some stuff. I don't want to just leave this running. So I'm going to shut all this down for a little while, and we'll resume here later. But I'm going to go ahead and turn everything off and just let everything cool down. I'm going to go ahead and take the nitric out of there and put it back in the bottle. I'm not comfortable just leaving it sitting up there like that. So we'll resume here in a little while. Oh yeah, just one more quick little update on the other little thing with the gold fingers. It's coming along all right. Stir it up here a little bit. See a lot of gold fingers floating around in there now. So that's what we're trying to get. Is all those little fingers around there come off. So they're starting to come off pretty good. So we'll just let this go for a while. By the way, that's just hydrochloric acid and uric acid and hydrogen peroxide. I was going to say bleach, but no. So just the regular old hydrogen peroxide, you get it at the Walgreens 3%. And plain old muriatic acid that you buy at Home Depot. So that's pretty cheap. We'll see what we actually get out of this. Okay, well, this stuff's been sitting overnight. It's all cooled off and everything now. I don't know what those two things are that floating on the top. Couplings, I believe, is what they were. But I'm gonna drain that solution off, filter it out, and then we're gonna add some fresh solution, get that going. Our other little project here, see this is all turned really black, but you can see there's a lot of gold coils that are starting to build up there. Give this a little stir here. We'll let this go for a little while longer, then we'll drain that off and filter that out. So we're going to get started on this first. Okay, so I've got that poured off now. I didn't actually filter it. I need to filter it. Let's see what we got left now. All that green stuff, that's copper, that's still base metal, it's still has to be dissolved away. But all in all, this is ended up the way that it should. So rinse that down here a little bit. Well, what we're going to do now is put it back up, and going to add some more distilled water. We'll add it about the 500 like we did the last one. And we'll actually, what I want to do here, I'm just going to rinse this off a little bit first. I'm going to dump that off and then put some clean water in there again. Let me dump this off. Alright, I rinsed that off, poured that water off and everything. Got a little bit cleaner, got some of that crap off of there. This is what we got left here now. So part of it, that green shit, that's all copper. So put that back up there. And about 500 mil milliliter mark here. A little bit more. Get some of our concentrated nitric acid. Start adding some of that. Real nice and slow. This shouldn't take off like it did yesterday because a lot of stuff has already been dissolved. That was about 100 milliliters of concentrated nitric. Just let that get started, and just let that take off for a little while. So we'll check back on this in a few minutes. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes since I added that nitric. I got my little delivery automatic system set up here again. A couple of bricks there on that. Hold that down and make sure that doesn't fall. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this started. Maybe a little too much there. Build up there, but it'll start trickling past that. Turn that flow down just a little bit here. Let this go for a little bit. Go ahead and turn the heat up here. And we'll let this go for a while. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes. Got the heat still turned on there. Good clean production. The little system is working just fine. It's dripping. We want to get a temperature on it real quick. About 130, 132, yeah. So we're just gonna let that keep going. Keep the heat on it here for a little bit. I want to try and get up to about 200 or so if we can. Not quite boiling. But yep, this is all working out just fine. Our other little experiment, I did add a little bit more hydrogen peroxide and hydrochloric acid, about 50 milliliters each to this. Here in just a little while, I'm going to go ahead and pour this solution off, and we'll take a look and see how this is working out. See how many of those boils we can get out. It's just an aquarium bubbler I got, by the way. And got that hooked up here. Got it hooked up to that glass too, so the hydrochloric acid doesn't eat away at that PVC. Plus it stays in there better. So check back on that here in a little while. This here's moving along. Alright, let's see what happens. Well, just had a major fucking explosion. The whole fucking goddamn containment dish shattered and exploded. Fuck. God damn it. Alright, well, here's the aftermath of that fucking debacle. The only thing I could do is fucking just dump a whole bunch of fucking water on it. Fucking goddamn shit, dude. That fucking thing exploded. Well, good news is, most of the gold was saved. Blew out a part of the beaker there. Just move out of the way over here. Yeah. The fucking containment dish that was sitting on there just exploded like a fucking shotgun. Fucking nitric acid and shit every fucking where. Like I said, I did the only thing I could do. I just start dumping fucking water on it. Shut down the nitric. Shut that down. Get the stuff back in there. Yeah, let me get this mess cleaned up and we'll take it from there. Well, here we are after cleaning up the damn mess. All this crap over here. Glass and fucking shit up off the floor. Gotta wash all that. That fucker there is definitely toast. So, yeah, you get all that cleaned up. I mean, there was fucking glass everywhere. I got as much of that crap up as I could. But, yeah, that was a fucking disaster. And just to show you, those are blown out people. Just to show you, that is Pyrex. Pyrex's whole thing is they're not supposed to ever do that. So I'm not gonna trust this fucking shit anymore ever again. I'll use them for cold containment dishes, but never again on the fucking heat. Dude, that thing exploded like a fucking shotgun. I mean, it was just glass everywhere. Nitric fumes going everywhere. So from now on, nothing but ceramic. Ceramic will never do that. Pyrex is supposed to never do that, but oh well. Good news is I was able to recover most of the gold where that blew out on the back. I actually did have some gold laying back here. I was able to scavenge most of it up out of there. But I'm just going to use that dish there. That's the one that I did have this other deal in. I'm stopped that. I'm going to go ahead and dump that off here in a little bit and see what kind of gold foils we get out of that. But here in a few minutes, I'll go ahead and get this going back again. But we're not going to use any heat this time. Okay, we've got everything cleaned up. We're going to get this started back again. Start off with as we've been doing, about 500 milliliters of distilled water. Slowly put in some nitric acid. Big difference in everything this time is I'm not going to be able to apply any heat, but this will make quite a bit of heat on its own anyway. Do that Just a second to react here, see what's going to happen. About 250 milliliters of nitric acid. Here in a minute I'll get my contraption going again, but I just want to see how this goes to start with. So we'll check back on it here in a minute. It's been going for about 10 minutes now. Got a little bit of stuff going on, but not a whole lot. Go ahead and add some more nitric. I think we're probably just about done here with this. But, let's go and add some more nitric and see what happens here. That's about 300 milliliters of nitric acid we've added to this batch of solution. As you can see, we're just not getting a lot of reaction anymore. So just about everything you see down here, these are all just those gold foils. You see how soft that is? I'm going to poke down on it. That's just the hollow shells of the stuff we started off with. And that's the actual gold. Picture on this. See all that stuff there? See, it's so soft that it just pokes a hole right through it. And so even when we put the lid on, we really just don't get a lot of fume production. So there's still a lot of nitric acid left over in that. That's good nitric acid that can still be used. So instead of pouring that off as waste, I'll actually save that solution and use that as the starter for the next batch of gold that I go to refine until I use up all that nitric acid. There's no point in wasting that. So the other thing we're going to go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and pour this crap off as easily as I can here. And see, that's just like black goo. I'm going to take this in and I'm going to take it down in the kitchen sink and rinse it and sip it with a spaghetti strainer. And that'll be have holes big enough to let the foils go through, but not those big clunky pieces. So now there's what we got left. You can see all those gold foils. See, these fingers still have a lot of gold foils still on them. So, but once we rinse it with the water, that'll probably knock them loose. So we'll go in and we'll go do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, we got our gold fingers here. I'm going to take those, dump them into the strainer here. And see all that down there at the bottom. So hold on just one second. Let me get all that down there into through the strainer, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I took them and dumped them all out into the strainer here. So now what I'm going to do is just really lightly shake those off. Oh. What a dumbass. I'm actually washing some of them down the damn drain there. See, there's still some gold left on those. It's just barely clinging. But I need to get some of that water off of there first and get these ones filtered out. So now what I'll do is I'll take this solution out and run it through a filter to trap all those gold fingers. Then I'll come back and strain these ones a little bit more. Okay, well actually I kind of rinsed those a little bit more off video there, and I think I got just about everything off of there. If you look at these now, you really just don't see a lot of gold left on those anymore now. Those are all pretty clean. So I think I got just about everything I'm going to get out of that. So I'm just going to go out and filter this off and see what we get. Okay, I'm back outside now. This reaction is going a little bit more again now, so definitely just going to let that go for a while. Quite a bit of fumes there. Just check the temperature on it. Only 108. So it's not going to react real vigorously without some heat being applied to it. But it just takes longer. But as long as we're getting them fumes and we're getting reaction, then we'll just let it go. Our other thing, I filtered out all those gold foils. See where most of them are starting to settle. Got a filter set up here. It's just a plain old regular coffee filter in there. Normally I could hook the vacuum line up to that if I needed to, but that solution's very, very clear, so it's not going to clog up, so I'm not going to need to use that. But of course this is definitely going to be a two-hand operation, so I'll get back to you in a minute after I get this filtered. Okay, this here is still cooking along. It's been about 10 minutes or so. I'm going over here filtering this off. Now that I got it down a little bit, I can kind of show you a little bit better what we got going on. Here's what we got in the filter. There's what we still got down there in the bottom. So we're going to work on filtering off the rest of that now. See, that's coming out real nice and clear. Oh, hold on. Got my funnel cockeyed there. Just plain old regular coffee filter. Filter crooked there. Still got all that in there. I use my squirter to squirt that down into the filter, but I gotta use two hands for that. Well, you can see we got in the clear water, so all our fingers are right there and right there. Let me rinse those down into the filter. Okay, so off camera about 5 minutes ago I added about another 50 milliliters of concentrated nitric. See, the fumes are slowing way down. There's not a lot of action going on there. There's still some fumes, not a lot of bubbling and fizzing, and so that's about done. We're not going to add any more nitric to that. We're just going to let it sit. Then we'll pour that solution off. Like I say, I'll save that solution because it still has a lot of good nitric in it. That'll be the starter for the next batch. We got all our gold foils filtered off here. Filter. nice gold foils there. Looks like a lot, but you gotta remember they're very, very thin. So you'll probably get something a little bit bigger than the size of a BB. Hopefully twice the size of a BB, then it'll be doing good. I'm gonna pay $60 for this. Right now gold's about $63 a gram. So I need to get at least a gram just to break even. So we'll see what we actually get out of it, because I'm going to process this separate. My next step with this, like I said, I'm just going to let it sit for about another hour. And I'm going to pour that solution off. My rinse off that we have down in the beaker there, we'll take a look at it. Then we're going to put it into Aqua Regia, which is literally royal water. And that will dissolve the gold into the liquid. Then we'll filter the liquid, and then we'll precipitate the gold back out. So that will be coming up here shortly.